Hey everybody, Adam Davidson, RadCast for Tuesday, October 13th, 2020. We're going to be in Hebrews 11:36 and following today. It goes like this. Some faced jeers and flogging, and even chains and imprisonment. They were put to death by stoning. They were sawed in two. They were killed by the sword. They went about in sheepskins and goatskins, destitute, persecuted, and mistreated. The world was not worthy of them. They wandered in deserts and mountains, living in caves and in holes in the ground. These were all commended for their faith, yet none of them received what had been promised, since God had planned something better for us, so that only together with us would they be made perfect. Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles, and let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us, fixing our eyes on Jesus, the pioneer and perfecter of faith. And that's the word of the Lord. This is what was running through my mind yesterday as I was on my treadmill at my $10 a month gym, running and breathing through a required face mask. And I had to slow down because I just could not respirate through that silly mask. I had to take and just shorten the whole time on the treadmill. I got off the treadmill, I was wiping it down, looking at my numbers, and I was like, that's not good. It's horrible, this stupid mask. I was so mad about it. And then I was thinking about how difficult it is for us in some of our churches that require masks, and most definitely having to sing through a mask is no fun, and you definitely need respiration when you're singing, and it's just kind of hard and it's very distracting. It's something that we have to get used to, but it's kind of a pain, isn't it? And then I was thinking about stories that I've heard from other pastors where people are leaving their church because their church requires them to wear masks, like leaving a whole community because of a mask thing. And I thought, I don't understand it entirely, and I don't want to call anybody out, but at the same time, can you imagine saying to the martyrs or these people who are destitute, sheepskin, goatskin, chained, sawed in two, can you imagine saying to them, you think you had it hard? We had to sing Revelation song through a mask. I mean, to somebody who's been beheaded, that just doesn't really compare. And I was thinking about how easily we are distracted by our inconvenience, and we equate inconvenience with actual suffering. They're not the same. It's just suffering for us because we're not used to it, because everything has been so much easier up to this point, hasn't it? And then I was thinking about how ridiculous it is for me to be complaining about having to run on a treadmill with a mask on, because I can just imagine someone saying, wait a minute, you have an extra $10 a month? And that's what you spend it on? Or hold on. You actually go to a building and you run on a machine? Wow. Or you mean to tell me you run for exercise and not to get away from enemies? You're not running for your life? You're running for fun? All of it is about perspective. And so no matter where you are at today, guaranteed you're experiencing some level of suffering. But if we were to compare our suffering here to the suffering of those around the world, I think that we would be quickly just sort of put in our place, and we would realize what is truly important, which is community, the community of faith, which is us keeping our eyes fixed on Jesus, the author and pioneer of our faith, and for us to not grow weary, but to cast off everything that hinders us. That's what we're called to do. Don't get distracted. Keep your eyes on Jesus. Join me as I struggle and try to do the same thing. That's RadCast.